Today, we're coming to you from the grand halls of the University of Birmingham, an institution steeped in discovery and research since 1900. The University of Birmingham was the UK's first civic university, a place designed for everyone, not just the privileged few. Every one of our graduands today is part of that proud tradition of learning and achievement. Degree congregations at the University of Birmingham date back to 1901 and are held here in the Great Hall right at the heart of our Edgbaston campus. Attended by nearly 30,000 graduates and guests each year, these events are the highlight of the university calendar and represent for many students the conclusion of their studies at Birmingham. Originally built as a cathedral to learning, the Great Hall never fails to impress our visitors. The building is Grade 2 listed, and it's really the details that make the space so special. It features a trompe-l'oeil dome ceiling located above its formal marble entrance. The entrance is bordered by archways that are designed to draw the eye towards the centre of the room. The music you can hear is being performed by our very own student musicians. They often perform versions of modern pop hits or songs with a Birmingham connection. As our graduands wait for the ceremony to start, this is a time for them to reflect on how far they've come. They may think back to the first lecture they attended in a packed lecture hall, making friendships that will last a lifetime. Maybe they're thinking back to their first eureka moment, when their chosen field of study finally clicked into place. Or perhaps they're thinking about late-night debates in the guild, that group project that pushed them to their limits, or the spark of inspiration when they saw their research was really making an impact. Today, they close one chapter and open another. A degree from the University of Birmingham is more than just a name on a certificate. Our graduates are recognised by employers for their resilience, creativity, and dedication. Soon, they'll find many exciting opportunities waiting for them. quick shout out to the staff, students, and volunteers who have made this special day possible. We couldn't have done it without you. Also, a reminder to share your photos from today on social media. Make sure to tag our accounts so we can engage with your moment. The audience is a mixture of graduands who sit in the back of the hall and their loved ones who are seated near the stage. During the ceremony, the graduands will make their way up to the stage, accept their scroll, and be applauded by their families and fellow students. In the sea of formal robes in the ceremony, attendees may spot black gowns, red and green gowns, and possibly some other eye-catching colours. The black robes are worn by those graduating with their bachelor's and master's. Green and red robes are for those picking up a doctorate degree. To the families, friends and supporters watching from home today, your encouragement, pep talks and well-timed cups of tea have helped our graduates reach this day. Let's take a moment to appreciate the parents who still don't quite understand what their child studied but are immensely proud regardless. Well done, everyone. You've earned this celebration. Soon, our ceremony will begin. There's a degree of pomp and circumstance to the day that echoes back through the years. These rituals connect our graduands today to students from the very first British universities formed in the 13th century. This procession isn't just tradition for tradition's sake. It's the university's way of honouring the past, affirming the authority of scholarship, and marking the threshold our graduands are about to cross. Now it's time for the procession to start. Senior academics of the university are led into the Great Hall by 2 mace bearers and will sit on stage throughout the ceremony. There is a mace bearer at the front of the line and one at the back. The latter is called the Esquire Bedell. Both carry large silver maces that they put down on stage. This is a ceremonial kick-off to the day. The mace bearers are usually staff members from the university who have volunteered to take part. Row by row, the procession makes its way up to the stage, passing proud faces in the congregation, students in mortarboards, parents wiping away tears, tutors exchanging proud glances. A senior member of the university, such as the Chancellor or a Provost, will be the last to take their place. They'll stand before the attendees and declare the congregation open.
I declare the congregation open.
Well, good afternoon. Welcome. It is a real pleasure to welcome you to the University of Birmingham, our magnificent green campus, the university itself, this wonderful Great Hall, for what is one of our happiest days in the university calendar. My name is Carl Dern. I'm the Pro-Vice-Chancellor and Head of the College of Engineering and Physical Sciences, also Professor of Mechanical Engineering and a fellow engineer. So it is, in many respects, a real privilege to be able to celebrate this occasion with you today. To those at the back of the room, our graduands, to your families that I see in front of me here, friends, supporters, thank you so much for joining us as we recognise everything that has brought you to this moment. Now, today, of course, is a very real celebration, but it's not just a celebration of academic success, rather also the commitment, perseverance, and personal growth that we see in our graduands. Graduands, as members of your respective schools, members of the College of Engineering and Physical Sciences, you will have spent your time immersed in chemical and mechanical engineering, mastering thermodynamics, some probably better than others, tackling real-world challenges, learning how to build, design, innovate with precision and purpose. Now, I know firsthand that your journey here will not have been easy. Achievement at this level shouldn't be, and rarely is. It's earned through your efforts, resilience, and willingness to learn when things don't go quite to plan. You will have encountered demanding assessments, designed engines, designed gearboxes, met complex ideas, and had moments when the next step is not immediately clear. But you found a way through by thinking carefully, working purposefully, and supporting one another. You've built not only knowledge, but character and confidence too. Many of you will be leaving formal education behind and preparing to enter industry. I urge you not to lose that spark of curiosity that you've nurtured during your studies. Keep listening to your spider sense. Keep listening to that voice in your head that says, no sharp edges. Is the factor of safety greater than 1? Have we checked and stated all our assumptions? Keep asking why, how, and what if. Keep seeking new knowledge. Gather evidence, weigh arguments, and always be open to changing your mind. Now, universities are esteemed places of learning, but they are also special places where people with different beliefs, languages, customs, interests, and personalities meet together. They can exchange perspectives and often forge meaningful connections. Treasure those relationships. They form the basis of your future support network. They are people who will sustain you in times of success and challenge. Like the knowledge you have built here, these bonds can extend far beyond your time on campus. We'll ask you at many times during today to make a round of applause. But before we get into that, let's just take a moment to acknowledge those who've played a critical role in the achievements you've achieved to date. Behind me on this stage are some of the members of the university community who've encouraged your intellectual curiosity, nurtured your creativity, and inspired you to keep going. You've been supported by tutors, professional services colleagues, and student support teams. So, graduands, can we, in the appropriate way, show everybody in the room what they need to do when you come up for your degrees, and give a round of applause to all those that have supported you to this point. That was okay. I would have expected a little bit more noise, so let's try again perhaps. But it's not just those on the stage who are happy to see you graduate here today. In front of me are a sea of faces of pride, joy, happiness, somewhat trepidation a little bit as well. But also there are people that are tuning in from all over the world. They are your friends, family and supporters who I am sure, looking out in front of me, are as proud as they can be of everything that you've achieved. You'll all have that person or people who've had faith in you, people who've supported you, encouraged you, shown kindness, and helped make this moment possible. So let's try again, graduates, if we can. Let's give a round of applause and a huge cheer. Make lots of noise to thank all of these wonderful supporters in the room and around the world. That's much better, and I'm not at all competitive, but I was at the medics ceremony this morning and they were noisy. So no competition. Very soon you'll come up onto this stage and the Provost and Vice Principal, Professor Vaughan Williams, will admit you to your degree. This is your moment when Professor Grover, who in many respects has the most difficult job of the day, making sure you will come up in the right order, when he reads your name out, that will be your graduation. And family and friends, that is your cue to beat the medics and make lots and lots of noise. So I'll leave you with just a couple more pieces of advice. Be careful of the steps. Give a big smile to the camera as you walk back down the centre as well. And don't forget to savour your moment. Many, many congratulations.
Now for the handing of the scrolls.
Hello, I'm Professor Liam Grover. I'm the presenting officer. I'm the head of the School of Chemical Engineering. So, Provost and Vice Principal, to you and to the university, I present the names of these graduates as listed in my programme, proved worthy to be admitted to their respective degrees.
By virtue of my authority as Provost and Vice Principal, I admit those persons listed in the programme, both in attendance and in their absence, to the degree for which they are to be presented.
College of Engineering and Physical Science, School of Chemical Engineering, Doctor of Engineering, for research into microplastic-free bisurea capsules for industrial applications, Siddhant Praveen Bhutkar. For research into methods for characterization of powder properties and the development of computational models of such methods, Benjamin David Jenkins. For research into process analytical technology applied to higher shear wet granulation of pharmaceutical formulations, Isa Manu. For research into thermal cycling of ceramic components, focusing on the detection of cracks using acoustics and their effect on the structure, Siddhant Nordial. For the application of positron emission particle tracking, numerical modelling and machine learning to the optimisation of industrial milling processes, Andrei Leonard Nikuson. For research into application of hydrocolloids in toothpaste formulations for optimised physical properties, Glenn Redpath. For research into strategies in mitigating pathogen transmission, Daniele Romoli. For research into vertical stirred mills in the grinding of cocoa liqueur, Daniel Christopher Reimer. For research into the physics of flows in the manufacture of liquid home and personal care products, Georgina Kate Wadsley. For research into the applications of chemical mapping and process analytical technologies to 3D printed pharmaceutical formulations, Zoe Jane Wally. Doctor of Philosophy, for research into the production, optimization and microencapsulation of bacteriocins for enhanced food safety, Christian Kosiso Chukwu Anamudu. For research into turning food industry waste into useful ingredients, Hao Yu Chu. For research into the use of electrical methods to understand the processing and performance of battery electrode materials, Samuel William Gray. For research into the field of nanobody-based biosensing and stimuli-responsive surfaces, Charlie Keane. For research into latent heat thermal energy storage technology encompassing both materials and device development, Yelaman Armonolu Maksum. For research into thermochemical energy storage for heating applications, Dongyu Meng. For research into the use of positron emission particle tracking to elucidate the hydrodynamics of stirred tank reactors, William James Peace. For research into the analysis of household hot water demand using machine learning for the benefit of accelerating net zero, Geraint John Penry Phillips. For research into the optimization of recombinant protein drug production in the E. coli periplasm, Parisa Podilkaki. For research into the chemical recycling of plastics using ionic organocatalysts, Joseph Thomas Sutton. For research into using bacteria to remove and recover lead and copper from drinking water, Favor Chinenyi Ugwa. For research into advanced direct air capture materials and process systems for net zero, Zhu Yang. Doctor of Philosophy with Integrated Study. For research into the formulation of advanced bioactive fluid gels for human tissue engineering, Cinzia Amieni. Master of Science, Advanced Chemical Engineering, Birupakshaya Mishra. Omalulu Abembe. Advanced Chemical Engineering with Bioprocessing, Shane Anthony Ogbede. Advanced Chemical Engineering with Healthcare Technology, Farima Mozaffari. Krishmina Miha Sivakumar. Food Safety, Hygiene and Management, Mohammed Asif Ansari Famizuddin. Industrial Project Management, Ridwan Hersitiadi Kartowisastro. Sustainable Energy Systems, Kirabashini Elangovan. Sivaram Kalyan Akuma. Kavan Kumar Parthasarathi. Sri Pavan Pininti. Arul Vignes Vivekanandan. Master of Engineering, Chemical Engineering, Daniel Barbet. Shreya Bellari. Gabrielle Blake Vargas. Liam Durso. James Fleming. Sam Graham. Niati Hegde. Oliver Hill. Gregory Johnson. Naira Khan. Aaron Ladd. Seth Leach. Zhenyu Lin. Dylan McCarthy. Rohil Paracha. Henry Price. Oliver Pyman. Maximilian Robertson. Tom Scaife. Sanchita Sendil. Daniel Smith. Adam Stewart. Fiona Yuqian Wu. Chemical Engineering with International and Industrial Study, Amy Louise Bond. Matthew Christian Leo Denton. Rosemary Jane Talbot. Chemical Engineering Technology, Kelly Pang. Chemical Engineering with Industrial Study, Emily Louise Ashby. Matisse Blani. Melissa Boker Cattle. Sarah Brown. Holly Calvley. Joel Matthew Cottingham. Shona Cullen. Kate Dawson. Ryan Duncan. Josin Gigi. Island Asher Gilmore. Katie Harris. Christopher Hostert. William Howell. Alexander James Johnston. Mahdi Kademi. Freddie Marsh. Aidan Joseph Mason. Alessia Morris Govea. Daniel Odoko Kogbe. Etienne Adeyemi Olano Pikun. Alex James Field Oxley. Sophia Jessamine Parker. Benjamin George Phillips Harries. Thomas Oliver Ridge. Annalise Roundtree. Blake Mackenzie Rowan. Catherine Samways. Thomas Gregory Smith. Harry Jack Stevens. Kaylee Rianne Thacker. Khadija Urslan. Alexander Watkins. Alex Williams Goldman. Chemical Engineering with year in Computer Science, Summer Ellie Jasmine Griffin. Bachelor of Engineering, Chemical Engineering, Nabil Adam Abdullahi. Ora Fayalua Nathan Adepegba. Ahmad Alalouche. Erin Davis. Tabitha Davis. Benjamin Higgs. Boon Keat. Andrew Lavin. Rahul Singh Madahar. Mohammed Fahmi bin Noor Azhar. Keris Parry. Sihan Sanyi. Tevis Thomas. Ellen Thompson. Sanjit Yogeswaran. Chemical Engineering Technology, Tunjai Ahmadi. Akshat Mahesh. Chemical Engineering with Industrial Study, James Baxter. Zhang Fei He. School of Computer Science, postgraduate... Oh, actually, no, we can go to the next one. School of Engineering, Doctor of Philosophy, for research into harnessing combined wave and tidal energy to produce green hydrogen offshore, Pei Hao Chen. Product disassembly for remanufacturing using digital twin-enabled intelligent machines, Adeyemisi Adebasola Gebadebo. for research into multiple sclerosis and the use of artificial intelligence to aid with diagnosis and the prediction of brain mechanics, Adam Sageli. For research into the dynamic behaviour of polymer gears, Sutatip Witayapianon. For research into autonomous robotic systems for sustainable manufacturing, Yu Zhang. For research into intelligent energy management and component sizing of FCHV powertrain, Fang Gang Zhang. For research into decarbonising of heavy-duty transport using ammonia, Yuki Zhang. Master of Science, Advanced Mechanical Engineering, Mohammed Yassin Nadim. Master of Engineering, Mechanical Engineering, Emmanuel Adewoyi. Eberici Rebecca Benjamin. Skylar Bennett. Rohan Benny. Derek Boyo. Yu Chen Che. Brandon Angelo Dansell. Samuel Davey. Alana Enevoldsen. Adedaramola Feish Sitan. Gareth Ong Hao Ji. Lucy Gilmore. Reese Hughes. Amar Hunjan. Chua Ji Yu. Hannah Joels. Ayodeji Joseph. Oliver Kirtland. Yerin Kim. Vinay Mahal. Kiranvir Man. Mohammed Sabith Nizam. Bugarath Patel. Joshua Prince. Chong Ji Chin. Samuel Ridgely. Raheel Shafi. Chu Shun Shen. Ethan Lake Simon. Oliver Stevens. Emma Christine Sykes. Chong Chin Suen. Seymour Tirau Rich. Harry Vivian. Johan Kenneth Suarez Widanala Lalage Don. Thomas Wimbry. Mechanical Engineering Automotive. Akib Mahmood. Grant Rogan. Diljit Singh. Mechanical Engineering with a year abroad. George Murray. Mechanical Engineering with industrial year. Charlie Hassan Ajaib. Kai Joshua Seth Akong. Wada Fawaz Mahfoud Alawad. Emmanuel Asare. Marcus Austin. George Edward Beanie. Callum Kelvin Bevan. Nathan James Evans. Simonraj Gurung. Jack Horton. Oliver Hamilton Glover John. Christopher Casa. James Leaney. Nicholas Chun Kit Lee. Felix Machine Bradbury. Adeli Mboya. Vince Patrick Salivas Mendoza. Ahmed Hatim Hafiz Mohammed Kher. Haniel Mohan Kumar. Albert Padiatil. Thomas Parsons. Joanne Nafula Payne. Joel Pulikan. Hoda Saidi Badoui Chahini. Saeed Ali Hamza Shah. Arjun Singh. Mihai Antonio Stefan. Alexander Stephen Vickers. Benjamin Wainwright. Caris Waters. James Wiltshire. Jack Wise. Mechanical Engineering with a year in Computer Science. Josiah Buama. Michael Stevens. Bachelor of Engineering, Mechanical Engineering. Abdullah Naji A. Al-Khalaf. Yusir Mohammed S. Al-Muteri. Saad Samer S. Alofi. Mia Dorothy Bebbington. Jisheng B. Nathan Biggs. Daniel Burford. Gabriella Cookney. Kanan Dadashade. Aaron Dand. Timothy Egdell. Ali Erturk. Yikai Fang. Al-Walid Khaled H. Gassas. Mohammad Hashir. Thomas Hayes. Ting Hei Ho. Aisha Hussein. Alimadan Juraev. Kael Kanagarasa. Hok Lai Lee. Sam Leonard. Ying Chung Lee. Ruiyu Liu. Thomas McKevitt. Nicholas Mentoshashvili. Adam Messenger. Giancarlo Endurata. Austin Max Nash. Ali Omar Jamil Ode. Annabelle O'Neill. Scott Packer. Ishani Patel. Thomas Reeve. Yuen Ru. Finley Saunders. Jack Shepherd. Harmanpreet Singh. Julian Kashwin Sivakumar. James Thompson. Panav Vanigala. Delisha Walker. Yunji Wang. Jiming Wang. Evan James Williams. George Wynne. Yong Jing Yap. Mechanical Engineering Automotive. Ruby Ray Araji. Chinedu Anthony Asibu. Hanchao Li. Abdullah Nadim. Shuoki Wang. Mechanical Engineering with an Industrial Year, James Briggs. Woon Chong. Isaiah Hussain. Sam Mewanji. Samima Mia. Milo Rudkin Michael Moore. Jeffrey Quor. Luca Tedesco. Mechanical Engineering with Year in Computer Science, Oliver Davis. Bachelor of Science, Mechanical Engineering, Abdullah Ahmad Rashid bin Serey Al-Meri. Luca Casali. Ken Chen. Kang Ding. Umair Faisal. Tai Guina Lima. Wuliju Luo. Joseph McBride. Oscar McCracken. Joseph Alexander Winter. Jinlei Zhao. School of Chemical Engineering, Doctor of Philosophy for research into the technology and the biological principles of engineering living laboratory models of skin, Alexander Atanasov.
Well, congratulations to you all. You did it! Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Professor Nick Vaughan-Williams. I'm Provost and Vice Principal here at the University of Birmingham. It is a huge privilege to be part of your graduation ceremony and to celebrate your achievements with you today. I could see from your beaming smiles and mild trepidation as you came up to meet me on stage just how much that moment means to each and every one of you. Of course, today marks the end of one kind of relationship with the university and the beginning of another. You have become a member of a distinguished family of alumni, a global network of more than 400,000 members in over 170 different countries. As a graduate of the University of Birmingham, you are part of a community that includes Nobel Prize winners, pioneering engineers, celebrated authors, Olympic gold medalists, successful entrepreneurs, inspiring educators, influential policymakers, and groundbreaking clinicians. But do you know what? Mostly, our community is made up of really great people who make our world a better place. Together, this community has developed a formidable reputation. Just last month, we learned that Birmingham has been placed 68th best university in the whole world by the QS University Rankings. That does deserve a round of applause. To be a graduate of a university well inside the top 1% globally is a huge, huge achievement. Our continued rise reflects the quality and ambition of the research and education that takes place here. In research, our academics, including those in the School of Chemical Engineering, have won over £1.1 billion in competitive grant funding over the last 4 years alone. And in education, it was announced just last week that in the latest National Student Survey, we were ranked 10th best in the country and first in the elite Russell Group of universities. And graduates in this hall fed directly into that survey, so thank you. Now, if you walk down the corridors of this iconic Aston Webb building, you will see museum objects, artworks, manuscripts, photographs and films that tell the stories of people who have shaped this university. This includes the story of Ranjit Sondhi, who arrived in the UK on a scholarship, came to Birmingham and earned a degree in theoretical physics. His father wanted him to pursue a life in science, but he chose a slightly different path. He turned towards the community, founding the Asian Resource Centre here in Birmingham and dedicating his life to education, equality and public service, including 2 decades as a lecturer in community education here at the University of Birmingham. His influence extended nationally through roles on bodies such as the Commission for Racial Equality, the BBC and the Criminal Cases Review Commission. These are the stories that give this university its true meaning. Stories of discovery, perseverance, creativity and courage. And now your story joins theirs. The history of this university is one of creativity and vision matched with perseverance. Our motto is per ardua ad alta, through great efforts, high things. It's a story of many successes, inevitably the odd failure here and there, but ultimately of ambition and of achievement. And those may already be the hallmarks of your own story, and they will no doubt come to shape your future. You and those who supported you have numerous reasons to be proud today. Standing on this stage at the formal opening of this university some 126 years ago, King Edward VII issued a challenge to our students. Quote, "The honour and dignity of this university are largely in your hands, and I look to you to initiate and hand down worthy traditions to your successors." Now, these words may be archaic, but I think they remain true today. Our futures will always be connected. Each and every one of you is a part of the university's legacy, and every one of you will help to shape what this university becomes. Our next chapter begins with you. So, class of 2026, please accept my warmest congratulations to each and every one of you on your tremendous success. Very, very well done. I declare the congregation closed.
The ceremony that completes the university journey for hundreds of Birmingham alumni has come to an end. The procession begins to stream out of the Great Hall, carrying with them the maces that were set down at the start of the ceremony. It's a nice bit of visual poetry that bookends the ceremony. As those maces are carried forward, so too are our graduates onto their next adventure. This is a powerful moment for our graduates, representing the culmination of years of dedicated study. The education, connections, and friendships they have made at Birmingham will last a lifetime. The University of Birmingham is known for producing great thinkers, change-makers, and innovators. From Nobel Prize winners to sporting champions, this institution has shaped minds that go on to make a real difference in the world. Today's graduates are stepping into that legacy, ready to make their mark. Whether they're heading into research, launching businesses, or, let's be honest, finally taking a proper break before the next adventure begins. From the Great Hall to the wider world, our graduates will carry the knowledge, ambition, and spirit of Birmingham in their next chapter. Wherever you are watching from, this is not just an ending. It is the beginning of something exceptional. The live stream has now ended.